Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping straight into manifestation.
Mm,
This whole idea that your thoughts, your beliefs, maybe even your desires,
hmm
they can actually shape your reality.
Exactly.
Now, you, our listener, you've probably bumped into this idea before, right? But what's the real story,
Mm.
and how do you actually make it work?
That's exactly what we want to get into. At its heart, manifestation is about taking what's inside your head, thoughts, beliefs, those deep desires, and bringing them out into the tangible world.
Okay.
The core idea is that your focus acts kind of like a magnet. Whatever you keep putting your attention on, you tend to draw that into your life. You know the saying, energy flows where attention goes?
Oh, yeah, definitely heard that.
That pretty much nails it.
And it's not some, flash in the pan trend, is it? You see bits of this in really foundational stuff like Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich.
Right, the power of focused thought.
Exactly. And of course, the law of attraction gets talked about a lot. But I think the key thing for people to grasp is it's more than just, thinking happy thoughts.
Oh, much more.
It needs this genuine alignment, doesn't it? Between what you're thinking, how you're actually feeling, and crucially, what you do, the
Yeah.
actions you take.
That's such a vital point. It's not passive. You can't just sit back and wait. There are some, pretty interesting principles underneath it all. And when you get those, manifestation shifts from this abstract thing to something, practical you can actually use.
Okay, let's unpack that then, the underlying stuff. One thing that really jumped out from the sources was the brain's role, specifically something called the reticular activating system, the RAS.
Yes, the RAS. Good point.
Can you break that down? How does that connect to manifesting?
Sure. So think of the RAS as like a network of neurons deep in your brainstem. Its main job, filtering. It's dealing with this massive flood of sensory info hitting your brain constantly. It's kind of like your brain's bouncer, deciding what gets past the velvet rope, what's important enough for you to consciously notice.
Right.
And here's the kicker for manifestation. The RAS is heavily influenced by what you're already focusing on, what you expect to see.
Ah, okay. So say I decide I want a red car. How does that play out?
Perfect example. Once you make that decision, I want a red car, your RAS basically gets the memo. It starts prioritizing red car signals.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, you see them everywhere, driving past, parked. It feels like there are way more red cars, but the actual number hasn't changed.
Right, that happens all the time.
Your brain is just filtering in the information that matches your focus. So the takeaway is what you consistently focus on, your brain actively looks for. It can reveal opportunities you might have just ignored before. It's not magic, it's just brain efficiency.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So if you apply that to a goal like finding a new job,
And
by really focusing on that, your RAS could start flagging things for you, like a job ad you'd normally scroll past, or maybe reminding you about someone you should connect with.
precisely, you're essentially training your brain. By being clear about your goals and keeping them top of mind, you make your brain more sensitive to information and opportunities related to those goals.
It's not creating the opportunities out of thin air.
No, not usually. It's making you aware of what might already be there, just waiting for you to notice.
Okay, that really grounds it, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
From a brain perspective. It's not just fuzzy concepts. There's a biological reason why focus matters.
Yeah.
So let's get practical. The sources laid out a kind of 5-step formula.
Mm-hmm. A practical framework.
Let's walk through those.
Hmm.
Step 1 is clarity. Why is being super clear so important?
It's everything at the start. It directs your focus, right? If your desire is vague, like, I want to be happier, what does that even mean?
Yeah, it's too broad.
Exactly. What does happy look like for you?
Yeah.
What needs to change?
Mhm.
The more precise you are, maybe even writing it down in detail, the clearer the signal you send to your brain, and, some would say to the universe too. Vague desires get vague results. It's like ordering food at a restaurant.
Uh-huh. Good analogy. You wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so be specific. Step 2 is belief. How vital is it to actually genuinely believe you can achieve it?
Oh, belief is critical. Think
Yeah.
of doubt as hitting the brakes. If deep down you think, nah, that's not possible for me, or I don't deserve that,
Yeah.
that underlying belief just sabotages everything.
Yeah.
It creates this internal conflict, a mismatch between what you say you want and what you actually expect. So dealing with those limiting beliefs, that's a huge part of this.
Right, so it's not just saying the words. You have to feel it's possible. I can see how that's tough for people, especially if they've had knockbacks before.
Absolutely.
Okay, step 3 is emotion. Feeling it like it's already happened. How does that work?
Emotion is the fuel. It's the energy behind it. When you vividly imagine having achieved your goal and you really let yourself feel the positive emotions, the joy, the relief, the gratitude, the excitement,
Uh-huh.
you're basically amplifying the signal. You're creating an emotional match to the reality you want. It's like tuning your radio to the right frequency. You attract experiences that resonate with that feeling.
That makes sense. It's like you're
Yeah.
pre-living the joy, which probably motivates you more too, right? It makes you notice things that align with that good feeling.
Makes you more receptive.
Then step 4
Yeah.
is alignment, taking inspired action. So it's definitely not just sitting on the sofa thinking good thoughts.
Definitely not. Manifestation isn't passive. You have to be willing to act when opportunities align with your goal. Now, this isn't about desperate, frantic effort. It's more about listening to those intuitive nudges and taking sensible steps when chances pop up. If you want financial abundance, for example, you need to be open to exploring new income ideas or actually networking. Just wishing for money while ignoring opportunities won't cut it.
Right. It's the bridge between the inner work thoughts, feelings, and the outer world of action. Okay, and the final step, number 5, is letting go. This sounds tricky. What does it mean to let go of attachment?
Letting go is about trust, really. Trusting the process. You've set your intention clearly, you believe it, you're feeling the feelings, you're taking aligned actions. Now you need to release the tight grip on exactly how it has to happen.
Control.
Yeah, the need to control every single detail. Often, the universe, or whatever you believe in, has a better, more creative way planned than you could ever figure out on your own. Holding on too tightly can actually create resistance, blocking the flow.
So have faith that it'll work out, maybe even in unexpected ways. The source has also mentioned visualization and affirmations as tools to help this along.
Yeah, they're powerful boosters. Visualization helps imprint the desired outcome on your subconscious, makes it feel more real, strengthens belief.
Okay.
And affirmations, those positive I am statements in the present tense, they're great for reprogramming limiting beliefs and keeping your mindset positive and expectant. They work really well alongside the 5 steps.
Okay, this all sounds great in theory, but let's be real. People hit roadblocks, right? They get discouraged. What are some common mistakes to avoid?
Oh, definitely. Several common pitfalls, one of the biggest. Focusing on lack.
Mm-hmm.
If your main thoughts and feelings are stuck on what you don't have, I'm so broke, I'm lonely, I never get a break, you're basically just reinforcing that lack. You're attracting more of it.
So you need to consciously shift.
Yes, consciously shift your focus to abundance, gratitude, possibility, even if your current reality doesn't reflect it yet. Instead of, I'm broke, try focusing on money flows to me easily, or I am open to receiving abundance.
It goes back to that RAS thing, right?
Yeah.
What you focus on expands. Okay, what's another common mistake?
Impatience, big one. Manifestation often takes time. It's usually more like a slow cooker than a microwave.
Yeah.
There's this idea of divine timing. Things unfold when they're meant to, which might not be your preferred schedule. Getting frustrated and giving up too soon just kills the whole process. Patience and trust are key.
Cultivating patience?
Yeah.
Easier said than done sometimes, but essential.
Yeah.
And the third mistake you mentioned was lack of action. We touched on this, but why isn't positive thinking enough on its own?
Exactly. Like we said with alignment, you can't just wish passively. You have to be open, participate. The sources give a great example. You can't expect financial success if you meditate on wealth, but then never check your emails for business opportunities or ignore networking messages.
Right, you got to meet the universe halfway.
It's a co-creation. You set the intention, cultivate the belief and feeling, and you take the inspired action when it shows up.
Okay, that makes it very clear. Now, to really make this stick, examples help so much. The sources shared a story about a friend manifesting a dream job. Can you walk us through that?
Absolutely. It's a fantastic illustration of these principles in action. So this person had a crystal clear vision of their ideal job.
Like super specific.
Super specific. The role, the company vibe, the salary, even the kind of tasks they'd enjoy doing daily. They made it a habit to write these details down every day.
Wow, daily. That reinforces clarity.
Hugely. And kept their focus sharp. They also visualized regularly, imagining their ideal workday, feeling the satisfaction, the positive impact. That built the emotional connection and the belief.
Okay, so clarity, emotion, belief. What about action?
Crucially, they took aligned action. They actively looked for and applied for relevant jobs, tailoring their applications. And all through the search, they held this unwavering belief that they were qualified, that the job was essentially theirs already.
So they were kind of embodying it before they got it.
Exactly. And the result, within 3 months, they got an offer. And get this, it not only matched all their criteria, but the salary was actually higher than they initially aimed for.
No way. That's amazing.
It really shows the power of combining that clear intention, strong belief, positive emotion, and consistent aligned action. It wasn't luck. It was deliberate application of these principles.
That's a fantastic story. Really highlights that aligned action part. Okay, so for our listeners feeling inspired right now, what's one simple thing they could do, maybe even tonight?
Okay, simple first step. Tonight, take a few quiet minutes. Write down one specific goal you really want to manifest. Be detailed.
Mm.
Then close your eyes just for a moment and really feel the emotion of having already achieved it. Feel that success, that joy.
Connect with the feeling.
Yes. And finally, identify one small, tiny step you can take tonight, no matter how small, that moves you just a little bit closer to that goal.
Excellent practical advice. And we'd love to hear from you all listening. What's the main thing you're focusing on manifesting right now? Let us know in the comments. It really helps build a community around this.
Absolutely. Sharing intentions can actually strengthen them and adds a bit of accountability too. You're definitely not alone in exploring this.
Definitely not. So as we wrap up this deep dive into manifestation, the big takeaway is this. You really are like a magnet. What you truly believe, deep down you attract.
Mm-hmm.
So start believing in the amazing possibilities waiting for you. And definitely join us next time. We'll be getting into T's next topic.
Looking forward to it.
Until then, keep believing, keep focusing, and keep manifesting.